Susie Stone reporting live with Tony Hawk. So, what brings you here today?
I just came to town because the word on the street is that this place is loaded with undiscovered skate talent. I'm putting together an amazing new skate team. The best 8 skaters that can out-rip, out-shred, and outdo all the others will be the lucky few who make it onto my new venture, Project 8.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tony Hawk's Project 8 for the PS2 / original Xbox, whatever you happen to be playing on. I am so excited to play this game. I want to talk over this cutscene because it's very self-explanatory. He's telling you to grind these sections, and to get to them you get sick. I think I did a better explanation than what he said because he clearly doesn't know what he's talking about, and I'm gonna keep talking over him until he stops talking. And he stopped talking. Okay, cool. So what you got to do is start at the beginning, which I'm going to show right here. You get the spot challenge, then you got to grind to the next one, which I poorly did. But as I said, this is going to be an all-sick run in order to get to number 1. I get to number 1. I have to get to number 1. And there we go, our first sick goal. I think I streamed this game. This is a side note, but I think I streamed this game a little bit ago, like maybe about a couple months ago. And I remember doing a lot of these on sick, but I remember having trouble with a few, but I don't remember having trouble during this playthrough. Maybe I don't know, maybe I got better. I don't know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I did a pretty good job. I said that last time, so here I am. This challenge right here can be so much easier if you use a butt slap, which I did. If you use a butt slap on this one, you can easily get sick. I was very surprised I got sick first try. I actually have quite a bit of trouble with that goal, but we did it. And that's all that matters, is that we actually did it first try, so I don't look like a loser. But when I say that I had trouble with it, it just shows that I suck, and I'm basically just digging myself a hole here. But here I am checking out the tricks. You can't actually map your own tricks. I hate having the impossible, and I really like having the varial. But you can't do anything. You don't have any special tricks right out the bat. You have to play through the game until you get some money. We'll get to that soon. This guy's telling us to not spin on top of that statue. A very good idea. Definitely realistic. That if you not spin on top of very tall things or very unstable things, you are bound to knock them off. Property damage is not an issue. We learned that in Underground 2, that we don't really care. Same with the American Wasteland. I don't even think people think about how much property damage is in that game. Way more than Underground 2, which centered around damage, destruction. But there was more destruction in American Wasteland. What is it with Neversoft thinking that skaters are just a bunch of bad people? We're not bad people. We don't destroy. Like, that's some guy's house. That's some guy's house that we just destroyed. It would have done a lot more damage. I will say that. It would do a lot more damage than just burst that pipe. That thing would fucking knock through that guy's house. I'm going to keep sidetracking here, but if you look at the proportions of the skater and you look at the proportions of the house, that's like a closet, basically. Like, the player is so big, but the house is so small. I don't know. That's always bothered me. That doesn't make sense to me. Cool thing about this game, though, is that how different it is, how different the levels are from. Here's this guy. He's telling us to shag his balls. Very funny joke. Ha ha ha! Funny joke. Shag balls. It's amazing how different these levels are compared to the Xbox 360 version. And I'll just refer to the 360 version. I'm not gonna say 360 / PS3. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. But it's amazing because when I started playing the PS3 version again, I totally forgot about how different these levels are. But they're so different. The backgrounds, just the stuff in the level. This level in particular isn't too different, but in the 360 version, you have Crete Park and you have downtown right there, right out the gate. Like, they're immediately right there. It's very weird. It's so odd. And a cool thing in this game too is that if you like zoom out on certain spots, you can see like Fun Park and the Capitol, whatever. You can see them in the background, but I've never actually like cross-checked them to see if they're actually in the right spot compared to the 360 version. I'll just call it the next gen version, whatever. It's all the same. So it's weird. It's very weird. I kind of like the approach they took with the PS2 version. It's I want to say it's similar to something else, but I can't think of it right now. But Proving Ground and Project 8 are totally different on the PS2 than they are on the next gen stuff, and I really like that there's a difference. It kind of feels like an extra game, kind of. It's like, you know, if you play through the PS2 version first, like I did for Proving Ground, and then you play the 360 version, you're like, holy shit, this is a completely different game. This is amazing. And I will say, the next gen version of Proving Ground is incredible. I love that game to death. I wish I wasn't so shit at it, because then I'd do a playthrough of it. But alas, I am absolutely garbage at these next gen Tony Hawk games. I don't know what it is. I'm just really bad at them. I didn't even mention that they have the boned ollie in this game. I'm so happy they have the boned ollie in a game that isn't American Wasteland, because they don't have it in the next gen version of Project 8. Project 8 on the next gen version is so realistic, and I don't really like it. I remember playing it might have been a demo on the PlayStation 3. I don't know if it was a disc or it was just a demo available on the PS3. I remember playing it at my buddy's house, and it was great. It was super cool. All he had was Crete Park, but it was so cool. I think he played as Bob Burnquist or something, and just playing it like that is neat, because the only other realistic skateboarding game I played was a demo of Skate at Walmart, you know? Something I didn't fully grasp until I actually owned the game myself. And, you know, now comparing it to Skate, it's different. It's way different from Skate. And all props to Skate, but I just love Tony Hawk controls. I can't get away from it. And no matter, you know, how many people I upset saying Tony Hawk over Skate, I'm not saying one game is better than the other, but I prefer Tony Hawk way over Skate by a long shot. You know, they're two completely different games on every aspect, but when you compare Project 8 and Proving Ground to Skate, they're kind of meant to be realistic, but Tony Hawk kind of still has those controls that are arcadey feel. You know, you can kind of compare them, you know, but Skate controls are good. Tony Hawk controls, it just feels so natural to me. I love it. I love the feel of a Tony Hawk game, no matter, you know, so long as they use the right controls. I will say, if you're going to play this game and you have only played PS2 versions, I would definitely say play the PS2 version, despite whatever uneasiness you have with the graphics that may come with it. If you have component cables for the PS2 they can pick up for like $3 on Amazon, yeah, totally play the PS2 version. The Xbox version of Thug and Thug 2, they're not good. Getting off your board in that game, I think, are the black and white buttons, which is totally out of the way. If you're used to the PS2 controls with the L1 and R2, L1 and R1, can't talk, then this game will feel so natural to you. It'll definitely be a little bit of a learning curve to it, which, you know, you can see in a couple parts of me playing this game that I'm kind of struggling. It's just because the game is like I said, the physics are a lot different, and there's a lot of bumping into things with this game. You know, you bump into a lot of things. You kind of get stuck sometimes. Jumping over barriers may seem flawless sometimes, but man, when you actually want to jump over something, like, not accidentally, it is just a shit show. It's very difficult to do sometimes. But alas, this game is really, it's fun. I mean, I had some fun with it. I had a lot of angry parts with it. I'm glad I don't do live commentary anymore, because I'd probably destroy my controller and or my microphone in the process, because there's a lot of things in this game that made me mad. And it was, I want to say it was mainly user based, but I don't know. I had this game soft lock on me a lot, and I was very upset at the points that it decided to soft lock. If you follow me on Twitter, I kind of said something about it. I said that I soft locked, you know, without saving after 2 levels. And I was like, this sucks, whatever. But then it soft locked again, again with the 2 other levels towards the end, and I just spent an hour on one goal that I'll talk about when we get to it, but it was glitched, and I couldn't do it. I was so mad. And I finally did it, and then soft lock. You know, it just gets me mad. It got me super mad, but I'm over it. I'm over it now. Don't worry. I kind of like these little goals here where you have to how to spin different parts. I kind of like this goal. They kept it in the next gen version. It's pretty cool. I'll stop talking about the next gen version once I get to the point where I haven't played the next gen version. Right now I'm just coasting around, you know. It's kind of fun just skating in that game. It's weird. It's a different feel. The realistic Tony Hawk feel is definitely something I need to get used to. But I can't play the skate videos and or the music in this game because it's copyright. Well, I don't know if the videos are copyright, but for sure the music is. So there's a lot of muted points in the series, specifically the first episode where I had to oh, my phone went off. I apparently said Siri. But there's a lot of parts where I had to mute the audio, which, you know, I know you guys understand. I'm sorry that I can't keep the music in. I had to use some royalty-free music in the first episode to play the intro. I know how legendary that song is with that intro, but man, I would rather replace it with some other generic jams than get a copyright strike on a first video. Because usually the first video is the best video out, the most viewed video. Maybe not the best video, but the most viewed video of the series, because people, that's what they attach to. So I know a lot of people wanted this series. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm so excited to actually bring this to you, because I didn't think I could do it. That's the thing. I didn't think I could actually get #1 in this game, but I did. It was incredible. I have such low confidence in my play style with these newer games that doing it was actually very exciting. And if I ever do it on the 360 or the PS3, I'll probably be fucking jumping through the roof. I'm sure I'll probably be breaking a couple controllers in the process, but man, I don't ever see myself doing it. I don't ever see myself getting #1 in. Watch this save right here. This is sick. I remember this. I was like, oh fuck. I totally saved it right there. So #1 Pro Skater player right there. I don't see myself getting #1 on the PS3. I think that's why I haven't done a next gen version game yet. I don't know why I even picked this game up. I think one day I was just like, you know, I'm gonna record some stuff for Project 8. I'm gonna see if I can actually get used to this game, because I've tried it again and again. I don't know why I stop. I think it's probably because I get mad at something or I just lose interest, because I don't really like the levels in this game too much. I kind of grew to like them, but the goals that they were centered around, I didn't like. I think it kind of ruined it for me, and I'll express my distaste when I get to do it. But I do love this first level. This level is so cool. It's just so, I don't know, it's simple. It's a simple level. I'm really happy that they chose a pretty simple level with this one. Its goals in it are pretty simple. It's a good starting point for those who start out with this game. Maybe not the PS2 version. Maybe if they start on the PS2 version, I imagine they'll have a good time. It's not a hard game to get used to for sure. But you know, if you have interest in the Tony Hawk games, definitely play those older games before. That's just my elitist attitude towards previous Tony Hawk games. You can like any Tony Hawk game you want, but you play them. Just play the other games. You know, whether you like them or not, just play them. It's totally up to you. I think there's a lot of enjoyment out of those older games. So coming with this kind of goal, the photo goals, I'm not mad about these goals. I just think the approach with it was kind of stupid. And I'll show you in a second that maybe they used a mechanic they shouldn't have. So what you got to do is do a specific trick around it, and I'm going for 6. So 180 flip trick with something else. So here I am doing it. That's a good picture, right? But sometimes the picture doesn't snap until you do the last trick, and that's kind of the trigger point. So sometimes it'll be like right out of the frame, and I don't know if I actually do it. I hope I show an example of it, because that was a really good picture. I'm really surprised that came out so well. So do like that. Like, I'm just landing it. That's a stupid picture. That's a dumb picture. That's me landing a damn trick. You put that in a magazine, it's like, wow, this guy fucking it looks like I just basically dropped in, you know? So interesting mechanic, not the best execution. I don't know. I know they fixed it in Proving Ground where you have to snap your own goddamn picture. I hate that. I really hate that. But again, this isn't about Proving Ground. My distaste in some of the other Tony Hawk games I'll get to whenever I play them. I really hope to bring you guys a Proving Ground Let's Play one day. It's a good game. I don't know. I really prefer Proving Ground over Project 8, and here I am playing Project 8. It's weird. It's weird for me, and I'm sure it's weird for those who have followed the channel for quite a bit. But Proving Ground is definitely the go-to. I streamed Proving Ground on PS3 for like a couple of weeks. I just kept playing it. I loved it. Here's the classic goals. You know, every new gen Tony Hawk game, they need to bring these classic goals. When starting in Underground 2 with the classic mode, did that same thing in American Wasteland, but now it's part of the game where it's its own little goal. And I'm glad they did it, but it doesn't feel very classic. I sped up this. I totally forgot to sped this up. Kind of scared me for a second. But classic goals, I will say this right now, they take me so fucking long to do. This is the hardest part of the game. Classic goals in this game are the absolute hardest goals in the game. I will never say different, because I spent so long doing these damn classic goals some days. You know, I'd sit down for about an hour just to play the classic goals, and you know, I'd even cut recordings into like different parts just so I'd go back to it. I may not look like I'm struggling here, but I assure you, when we get to some later levels, ooh, it's not pretty. It is not pretty. I edited them so heavily that it'll look like I did them flawlessly, but I have literally 45 minutes of footage of one level because of these classic goals. I probably cut out 20 or more minutes of just classic goals, because everything else is so straightforward. It's like snap a picture, do a trick, nail the trick, whatever. But god damn, dude, these classic goals just kick my ass so bad. I will say they executed this way better in the PS2 version than they did in the next gen versions, because in the next gen versions you have to complete them in one run. Unfortunately, they brought that to the last gen versions in Proving Ground. When I was playing it the other day, I think it was yesterday, I was actually playing it, just testing around, see if I could get something out of it. You had to do them all in one run. I guess it kind of nails some execution, makes you think about some strategic things. I'm not for that. I kind of like taking my time with goals. I know I'm kind of a Nancy for that, but I mean, the main thing of classic goals is to, like, you do a million different runs, you know? It's cool doing everything in one run, like you'd see Gwish doing School 2 in one run on Pro Skater 2. That's cool. That takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of strategy. But to make it part of your main game to get sick, god damn, that's annoying as hell. Sure, it'll become muscle memory at one point, but man, that kind of makes me mad that I'm gonna have to do that. And you know, I'll tackle it when I get to it. This post commentary whole thing that I do really helps with the playthrough, because I'm not sitting there cutting out footage of me talking, and I don't feel obligated to keep things in there because I'm talking about something I want to talk about. So the post commentary is like, you know, I can edit the footage as much as I want, make the video as short or as long as I want, keep certain things in to showcase things, hope to remember to talk about those things, and just record the audio over. It's so easy. I don't know how I did it back in the day with my other videos. I don't understand how people like those videos. I digress. It's fine. I think my newer stuff is definitely better. I don't think it's. I think it could be better. I think with any channel, there's always improvement to be done. But I think this playthrough is gonna be sick. I'm pretty happy. Again, I can't believe I got this first try. I legit got this first try. I did not cut. I did not do anything. That probably took me about 10 or 20 tries in a casual playthrough. I think when I streamed it, I just didn't even get it. I was like getting speed from the ramp. I was like, man, why can't I just fucking get this? But there I go, first try. That's just Let's Players luck right there. A lot of people say Let's Plays bring bad luck, but goddamn, I got some good ass luck right there. You see this guy quite a bit, this mascot. I'm curious to what he looks like underneath the mask. I don't even know if the character model under that has any features like an actual model. I'm sure there isn't, but watch it be Eric Sparrow or some garbage like that, who is not in this game, by the way. I'm very surprised I didn't include Eric Sparrow. I miss his little butt. But that's basically all of Suburbia. I unlocked downtown. I did that final goal to unlock it. You break the gate, but the gate doesn't open. But yeah, Suburbia is a pretty straightforward. It's a beginner's level. It's for the beginners that never play the game. And I kind of like these little videos of getting sponsors. It kind of gives me the incentive to do it. I don't know why I kept this part in of me just glitching around, having some fun. Yeah, heaven forbid I have some fun in the game, but can't jump over the wall. It's not a good time. Here I am corner glitching into this. I got past it, I think once. It just kicks you out. I don't know what the point of this is. Yeah, let's see, it just kicks you out. If you pass that boundary, it's like, no, you can't do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Join my Discord, follow me on Twitter, subscribe. I love all of you. I hope you guys have a super fantastic day. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Tony Hawk's Project 8, where we will tackle downtown. Have an amazing day. And goodbye.